You talked about show cattle. In August last month, I've been to several shows in Ireland, to several Angus shows, and I've seen many very fleshy cows with calves. What's your take on that? Do you want fleshy cows when they have calves sucking on them?
Oh, I think we want cattle that can maintain some flesh to rebreed, and I think that's fine. But at the same time, can we all afford all those inputs that those show cattle are getting, as in 25 pounds of grain a day? And I'm talking about animals that work on the natural range and can turn land that's not farmable into protein, and that's what a cow does. And I don't know why we need to necessarily supplement and lift her up. I think she ought to be able to do it on her own, and not that all these show cattle can't, but I think we're giving them so many inputs that I don't know if we're seeing what they truly can do on range, and there might be some separation between the commercial cattlemen and what they're doing with them show cattle. That's my opinion.
Yes, yes. I think that's a very good take too, that you shouldn't talk about the fleshiness only, but also how did they get that fleshiness. So obviously the farmers who live from their cattle can't breed only show cattle, but want to have cattle that are show cattle on their normal feed anyways. So they don't have to feed them tons of concentrate to get into show condition, but to have cattle that are in show condition anyways. So I think that's very important to keep in mind when attending shows and looking at the show cattle, to not only
Right.
look at how do the cows look, but also what were they fed before that. And
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of them. I worked for the McEnroe brothers, and they didn't really feed much concentrate and just had beautiful cows at the shows. And that's why I was very happy to show these cows, because they were just good cows.
Right. Yep. They didn't need a lot of extra. They just got it done.
Yes, yes, and they have to, because those two farmers, the McEnroes, they live from their cattle, and they have to earn the daily bread from their cattle, so they just can't afford to feed them all of their money.
Right. 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 And I think that's a valid point that people that are buying genetics to add to their herd, that they need to understand, if they are outsourcing them and buying them other places, to understand, back to a lot of bondsmen's talk about environment. Cattle that are propped up on all them inputs, are they going to look like that if you bring them home to your place, and they got to get it done on your resources that might not be the same resources of the next guy? So those are all things to consider.